Joining us today for Primetime Local News is Constable Kelsey Davidge with the Lloydminster RCMP. Thank you so much for joining us today, Kelsey.
Yeah, of course. Welcome to be here.
Glad to be able to have you on here because we're speaking on the RCMP advising the public to use these new exchange zone stalls. Now, this is a very interesting idea. So starting off, what exactly are these and why are they important to use?
For sure. So again, the Lloydminster RCMP and City of Lloydminster would like to advise the public of a new safe exchange zone located on the east side of the RCMP detachment. And of course, our address in Lloydminster is 5106 44th Street there in Lloyd. These stalls were designed to assist with facilitating online transactions in a safe fashion. So for example, if you're meeting up with someone off Facebook Marketplace or Kijiji or Otter Trader, these are kind of a neutral grounds where you're able to meet that person. You're not disclosing your personal address. You're at the detachment. So if there was anything to go wrong, or maybe you're fraudulent or a scam, you're right there at the detachment and you're able to come in and speak to an officer.
And from hearing what they're used for, it's pretty obvious why it's important. But why has the RCMP decided to set these up now for the public to use?
For sure. We've seen a huge increase in these being posted or put up, I guess, across Alberta and even across Canada. They've had very good stats on reducing the number of scams, reducing the number of fraudulent transactions. We've also seen it being used for child custody exchange zones, which is a great, again, a neutral spot. You can central into town, any party can go there. A lot of people know where it is.
And just to add in, these public exchange zone stalls are monitored by cameras, correct?
Of course, yeah, they are monitored 24/7 by security cameras. We actually picked that spot in the detachment as it's open, it's best visibility, and the security cameras are right there. So again, if you notice any red flags, you can always attend the detachment right there. Pick up that phone if you're outside of our regular working hours. And obviously, in case of emergency, we always want someone to call 911. But again, it's just that great neutral zone where you're not having to disclose where you live. Another thing we always say is if that other party's reluctant in meeting you at the police station, that could be a big red flag to, again, that transaction being not what it is or fraudulent or some other type of red flag.
And I know you've already kind of brought this up, but what should residents do if they are ever stuck in these sticky situations when using these exchange stalls?
So for that, again, you're footsteps away to the front of the detachment. Again, if there was something that was an emergency, we always ask you to stay in your car, lock the doors, and call 911. I don't think officers could be any closer, again, being right there. And that transaction is monitored by security cameras. So that's something that is on video. We could always utilize that if needed.
And you were saying since it's been set up, many residents have been using these stalls already?
For sure, yeah, we've seen lots of cars there using it already. And another thing is that that police station is kind of there's always people there. So and no matter what time you have a pickup set up, it's a great place to meet in that parking stalls and utilize that space.
All right, so I'm glad we were able to speak with you and help get the word out on this in case anybody hasn't heard about these already. Is there anything more that you'd like to add on these new exchange zone stalls for people to know about?
Again, we just encourage the citizens of Lloydminster to utilize these, and it's a great way to ensure safety and security for all.
Perfect, Constable Kelsey Davidge. I think it's a really great idea to have these for people in the community to use so they can have a safe exchange for anything they're doing over online and whatnot. So thank you so much again for joining us today.
Exactly. And again, if anyone does have any questions, you're always can call the RCMP detachment and speak to an officer to answer those questions.